One Bitcoin is worth 62,000. This title was originally going to be called One Bitcoin was worth 63,000. That is until now. Bitcoin is now worth 62,000. And so basically right now, uh, I had talked about in my previous videos that basically uh, Bitcoin was having trouble breaking the 180-day moving average since August 23rd. August 23rd it failed, August 24th it failed, and then August 25th it failed. And then you can see that Bitcoin right now is crashing right now, right? So a personal buying zone that I'm looking forward to getting into Bitcoin is if Bitcoin reaches if Bitcoin reaches the 50-day moving average. That's a personal buying zone that I'm getting into. And looking at Ethereum, right? You can see that Ethereum, right? Where is it? August 18th until, I guess you could say, until August 22. Basically, Ethereum was having trouble breaking the 20-day moving average until August 22. Finally, Ethereum broke above the 9 and 20-day moving average. And so right now, Ethereum is down almost 2% for today, right? And so right now, personal buying zone that I'm looking forward to getting into Ethereum, right, is around the 9-day moving average. So right now, I personally think where Ethereum is at right now is a personal good entry point for me to get in. And so honestly, I'm not so much worried about like if Bitcoin keeps dipping and dipping, right? I feel like that's like a perfect opportunity for long-term investors, whether you're a Ethereum long-term investor or whether it be you're a Bitcoin long-term investor, right? And honestly, I'm just really surprised that that money, in a way, like I keep saying this, like money just, I never thought that money would ever do this in my entire life. Like I've always said, I always thought that you had to go to work, save up money and just live life and until till you pass away, basically, right? And so no, I mean, you can obviously invest it into what's called the S&P 500, right? Obviously, the S&P 500 gives you an annualized return of 10%, right? Meanwhile, Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitcoin, it could give you 34% return, 123% return, 1,369% return, and etc., right? And obviously, the portfolio, right? If you invest into the crypto market, it can be, volatile. The crypto market is way volatile than the stock market, right? But I feel like the risk reward ratio goes more towards Bitcoin, in my opinion. Part of the reason is because, SPY can give you the 10% return, right? But meanwhile, Bitcoin could give you, like I said, right, a 30% return or a 90% return and etc., right, in a year. And that's just crazy to me because I'm like, I'd rather much invest, me personally, into Bitcoin for the long term than into SPY, really. And I feel like, I don't know, just Bitcoin in a way is, yeah, you could see your crypto portfolios like skyrocket to a crazy amount, right? And then the next day you could see your portfolio crash all the way down. But I feel like, in a way, for me, I feel like Bitcoin is a way better investment for myself. And I feel like if it can give those crazy returns, in a year, right? And obviously, crazy, negative returns in a year, I personally would invest myself, I would invest into, Bitcoin or Ethereum, for the long term. Basically, Bitcoin broke the 180-day moving, the 200-day moving average. So the next level of support that I'm looking out for Bitcoin to approach is the 50-day moving average. And then Ethereum, right? I feel like Ethereum could possibly bounce off the 9-day moving average. And if Ethereum breaks the 9-day moving average, I feel like Ethereum could bounce off the 20-day moving average.